What's up, guys? The April Patreon rewards are now available. Armageddon, Teferi Time Reveler, and Nekusar the Mindraiser are all available through the end of the month. If you'd like to support our channel and pick up these sweet proxies, you can do so at patreon.com/itresolves or clicking the link in the description below. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another gameplay video. Today we are trying out Mardu humans. So obviously with the new additions from Ikoria, humans have gotten quite a bit of a buff. We've already got some really good ones from previous sets, but now we've got lords, we've got some really powerful stuff that we're going to add to the mix and see how well we go. So this is a Mardu list, so we are running 3 colors here. To go over what we've got in the 1-drop slot, we've got 2 giant killers. So this is a really good way to deal with bigger creatures, but also have it on a human or on a stick. It also has the tap effect, so long term, if they're doing sort of a Voltron strategy or you just need to punch through some damage, Giant Killer gives you a lot of ways to do that. So a really powerful card, a really good 1-drop as well, being at 1/2. So very, very good in my opinion. Venerable Knight is a 2/1 for 1, so a little bit stronger on the power end, but when it dies, you put a 1/1 counter on target knight you control. So we've got a lot of knights, so this is really, I think, going to be at its best here. We're going to be able to drop those 1/1 counters on some stuff, maybe trade this off early if we need to bolster up the rest of our board. Fervent Champion, a really good all-star in this deck. It's a 1/1 for 1. This one's been mono red. You've probably seen it if you've played any amount of Arena. Obviously comes down, able to attack straight in. Also has first strike and buffs other attacking knights. So you actually get to pick another knight and give it +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Not only that, but if we do get things like our Embercleave down, we're able to move that over to the champion pretty quickly and pretty easily thanks to that 3 cost reduction there. So very powerful, very good 1-drop as well. In the 2-drop slot, we've got Hero of Precinct One. We've got quite a lot of multicolored cards in this deck, or in this list, so being able to kind of add extra value to all of those by spitting out a little 1/1 creature is also great. They are humans, so they will get buffed by a lot of our other cards as well. General's Enforcer, a really nice new card from Ikoria. It's a 2/3 for 2. Legendary humans you control have indestructible. We've got I believe 3 legendary humans in this list, so giving them all indestructible with just 1 card is pretty awesome. Not only that, these are not legendary themselves, so you can actually get out multiples of these just to give yourself that insurance policy. Pay 2, a white and a black, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So again, another way to get some extra 1/1 humans out there. And not only that, but deal with some of the cards in the opponent's graveyard. So we see a lot of Uro, a lot of Kroxa, Phoenix of Ash, things like that. Let's get those out of there. Let's make sure they can't escape those. And then that way we're really ensuring a victory, hopefully long term. Stormfist Crusader, again, been around for a little while, but a very good card, a 2/2 for 2 with Menace. At the beginning of our upkeep, each player draws a card and loses a life. That's great for us. We're obviously a pretty low ground deck, and so being able to pump out multiple spells per turn is certainly where we're looking to get. This just helps us get there a little bit quicker. Dire Tactics, another new removal spell from Ikoria. It's an instant for only 2 mana, a white and a black. Exile. Very key. Exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you do lose life equal to that creature's toughness. 9 chances out of 10 we're going to have a human on the field, so I'm not too worried about that. Even if we have to take the hit, there are going to be certain circumstances where I assume that will be just fine. So this is a very powerful card in my opinion. Looking at the 3-drop slot, this is really where a lot of our power comes from. So another new card from Ikoria is General Kudro of Drannith. This is the Lord. This is one of the really good Lords. It's a 3/3 for 3. Other humans you control get +1/+1. Obviously, that is our entire deck. Whenever it or another human enters the battlefield under your control, you exile a target card from the opponent's graveyard. So again, we're seeing some of that graveyard interaction to kind of shut down some of these really graveyard-heavy decks. You can also pay 2, sacrifice 2 humans, and destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So it's an on-board kill spell with some conditions, of course, but in tandem with things like the Hero of Precinct One as well as the Enforcer, we're looking to get quite a few little 1/1 humans out there that we can then sacrifice to this if need be. So this gives us a really good removal spell on a stick. Judith, Another one of our little lords. It's a 2/2 for 3, a little bit less value there. Other creatures you control get +1/+0, so this is just kind of a lord for anything. But whenever a non-token creature you control dies, the Judith actually deals 1 damage to any target. So this does, you know, quite a lot of work if we really need it to. In tandem with things like this, if we're sacrificing, say, Venerable Knights or something like that to the general, we can actually start pinging stuff with the Judith. So very, very good interaction there. Tajik Legions End is our last 3-drop. It is a 3/2 legendary creature with haste, so it can start attacking in right away. It also has Mentor, so it can pump up some of our little guys. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. So that kind of protects us from a lot of the bird stuff, Bone Crusher Giants, shocks, things like that. You can also pay red and white, and it gains first strike until the end of the turn, so we can hopefully win some combats with that. At the very top end, of course, we have Embercleave. Not looking to pay 6 for this, considering how much we can actually spit out in this deck. I'm assuming this will cost quite a lot less. As far as our land count goes, we are doing the full 24. We've got Castle Ardenvale and Castle Locthwain. Those are the only 2 castles we run. We've got 4 Godless Shrine, 4 Blood Crypt, 4 Sacred Foundry, all because they do come in untapped and fix our mana quite well. We're trying out the new Triome here. It does come into play tapped, but it also provides us some card draw later in the game. So if we just don't have a play, this is a great thing to throw down just to fix our mana. And then we've got 2 and 2 on the Swamp and Mountain Split, and Plain Split, excuse me. So we're 2 all the way around. This is, I believe, Kudro's list. I don't believe this is not something that I made by any means. This is something that I was able to find. So I'm excited to try this one. I do think Humans is quite good. I know in some of our other videos, we've actually already been up against a couple of Humans decks, and they are rocking it. They are doing a lot of cool stuff. So I'm excited to try it. I think it's going to be fun. Definitely looks like a new version of our kind of, not mono red, but just our aggro list. So I'm really, really stoked, and I have high hopes for this list overall. Let's see what we get here. I mean, this is a pretty solid starting hand, if I'm honest. I'm going to keep it. Got Venerable Knight into Hero into maybe Stormfist here. So let's go ahead and do this, and let's get the Knight out there. The Knight does not match up well against like opposing Fervent Champions, for instance. And anything, you know, that's got that first strike is going to obviously take this out, and that's okay. I'm going to guess Simic Flash. Probably should have dropped this first, but actually no, that does not work, so that's okay. This would, but I'm okay if I want to trade this off here. I'd rather be getting the value out of the hero. Looks like they do want to trade here. We'll play the hero. The hero is one that's going to really gain us extra value, so we want to get that out early. They may have a way to deal with it, but we wanted to get it out underneath some counters and things like that. So I think now is a perfect time. Okay, raise and borrow it? Sure. So now we're seeing a really perfect time to be able to play this tri-land out here and play out the hero. Very surprised they did not. Well, I guess because it's a hero, it makes sense. But they could have waited till our turn to do that. That's okay. Let's do this. Let's do this first. We'll see if they want to counter it. I'd kind of rather them counter this than the Stormfist Crusader, which is exactly why we're doing this first. And we do still get that 1/1 out of there, so that is great. So here we go. We see the power level here. Even though they countered, we still get the 1/1. Not to mention we have mana left over to play another card. So here we're going to start drawing a couple extra cards here, which is amazing for us. Now my guess is that they will have a counter spell, but we're going to have to go for it, so let's do it. So I'm going to let them declare blockers first. Perfect. So now we can flash this in on the hero. Pump it up, get rid of this, and there we go. We get the win. All right, so you can see the power level of this deck, being able to sneak out some wins very, very quickly. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this video. Please, as always, make sure to leave a like or a comment down below. And let's jump ahead into game 2. Always, guys, just want to mention we do have our links down below if you're interested in checking out any of our other content. We post very, very regularly, especially on our Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook pages. We also have our Patreon there if you are interested. I'm going to keep this. We've got a nice 1, 2, 3. We are going to have to shock ourselves quite a bit here, but we are an aggro deck. Not going to shy away from anything like that. Looks like they have got the Sky Nomads, so they are the bounce deck. This is going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully we can outpace them here. I'm not 100% sure. I've been up against this deck once before, and this I'm sure is a varying list. I don't want to assume that they're the exact same deck. So we will see what they can do. We'll do that. I'm going to play this out there, and I'm going to get the Stormfist Crusader down. I'm really looking to outpace them, so as quickly as possible, let's make sure we get them down here. Perfect. So we can play this out, don't have to shock ourselves. We can Judith, and then here we get to swing in for quite a bit of damage. And already they're about halfway down, and it's turn 3 for them. So that's feeling pretty good. Now they certainly have, you know, quite a bit of options here, I'm sure. Deafening Clarion's a good one. We do shoot them for 3 here. So they are at 6. We do need to find some more action. Unfortunately not there. Let's go ahead and cycle this. This is a good example of why cycling can be very, very helpful. Glad we hung on to that land. Fires. Okay. So hoping we draw a human next turn. If they're going to play something big and scary here, it'd be great to be able to, you know, play something out, just any creature, and then dire tactics the creature that they play out. And it may be that they don't play a creature this turn. That's okay. It looks like they are not. They're going to play Fae of Witches. So I'm going to guess Karn here. That may be incorrect, but I do believe that's what was gone for. Ah, Nicol Bolas. Okay. Well, that's certainly a good card. Unfortunately, we are not getting lucky on our draws here, so we are gonna go with it. They will get that Nicol Bolas down, which is gonna be quite bad for us. Thankfully, we've got some things we can kind of discard. I think we did a very good job of pressuring our opponent as quickly as possible. Obviously, that Deafening Clarion, very, very good at removing all of our creatures in one shot. I would not have played it differently. I don't think that there was so much of a misplay as just, you know, we kind of didn't have anything to back ourselves up there. But I do think, you know, very, very well done on the opponent's side. I'm going to do this now. Just to be mana efficient. Yeah, we're going to take a hit. That's fine. Well, I mean, that is a card. It does not have haste, however, which is quite bad against a Nicol Bolas. Oh, I don't love that. Do we play it? Do we play it? I kind of think we don't. I don't want to just run straight into the Nicol Bolas here, if I can help it. I'll happily discard an Embercleave. Only because they're only at 6 anyway. So we're at a point now where we really just need to get some stuff, some creatures on the field. It'd be great to be able to get 2 creatures on the field. That way they can only deal with 1 right off the bat. Very, very good card. Shark Typhoon. Very cool. Love that card. It's hilarious, but it's very, very good. Wow. Yeah, you got it. And again, we're seeing, I'm very glad I did not do Gonna get rid of this Embercleave here. And we're going for broke. I definitely think we are going to lose, but we're certainly gonna go down with a fight here. So we're not gonna go down without a fight. That's the one. We're gonna take 6. It's big, but all right. Yep. Unfortunately, that's gonna be it, guys. If we didn't get a second creature there was no way to pressure them, so we really couldn't do it. So not bad. We did definitely. I mean, we certainly gave them something to think about in the first few turns. Those first 3 turns were just about perfect. Unfortunately, that Deafening Clarion just wiped us clean. So we will see what we can do in a third game here. This is a very fun deck. We are going to do another video with this one, of course. I try to always do 2 videos with almost every deck. The only one that I think we have not done 2 videos for is the silly combo deck, the Herald deck. We'll keep this. Don't love it, but I think we are going to try it. Let's get this out there, and let's get this out there. Next turn, we're probably going to Tajik. Get our counter, or excuse me, our creature. And that's okay. We still got at least something out of the deal. And that's where, you know, the value of counters does diminish a little bit. Obviously, it's still quite good. They got rid of a very powerful card, so well done. All I mean is, you know, we still get a little bit of value thanks to just having, you know, extra stuff to do. Let's play this first. I'm guessing they've got another counter here. Oh, okay. Sure. Next turn, we're looking to Embercleave and hoping they do not have a sweeper this turn. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. We can actually exile this now. I think I will. Trying to be certainly as aggressive as possible here, so let's do this. And they got the quench. Okay, that's fine. So we did burn 2 cards in their hand, which is fine by me. I'm gonna kind of bait here. My guess is they've got a counter. Probably would have been better, I guess, to reverse just in case it was a quench, so that might have been a mistake. Okay, it was not, so actually I don't think that was a mistake. I think we did the right thing there. So, enters tapped. Let's go ahead and swing with everything. Alright, well, they're down to 2. Technically, if they pass turn and don't do anything about the Stormfist Crusaders, we win. Cool. There we go. So thankfully, when we do win, it's a very quick game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is a very, very sweet deck. I absolutely love playing new synergies like this, new tribal synergies. It's fun to be able to bring humans to the limelight a little bit. Obviously, aggro decks have been pretty dominated in the last standard season with just a lot of red deck wins. This kind of gives you a different alternative that I think is potentially just as good, if not better. I do think there's a lot of work that can be done maybe to really fine tune this list. Certainly there are some things that, you know, Fable Passages would help you thin the deck, for instance, or trimming down on some of the legendary creatures just so you don't get clogged up in the hand with extras. But all of that to say, I think this deck is amazing. I think it's going to be a really, really good standard deck. Excited to play another video with it, so do stay tuned for that. Make sure to like and comment down below, and please subscribe if you're not already. We really do appreciate the support. Check all the links as well, and the deck list should be down below. So if you're interested in playing this list, make sure to check it there. So thanks a lot, guys. Really do appreciate the support, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next gameplay video.